This is M-Dog, and we're going to press our luck here and go Shaman twice in a row. Had a lot of fun in our last Shaman run, and really overall for Arena, I'd say the Shaman class may be my favorite right now. However, it can be frustrating, like last match not getting very much removal and just being limited in our choices. So here on the first turn, we're going to get Wild Pyromancer, mainly because it's just a decent 2-drop. We can use its special ability in some cases, but if nothing else, we know we've got a solid 2 from that pick. This is a really difficult choice, and this is probably because of my last experience not having enough removal. I'm going to pick Lava Burst, but Stampeding Kodo is excellent. Destroys a random enemy minion with 2 or less attack. Knife Juggler is amazing. One of my favorite 2s. So this is not an easy choice. However, I do want to have some removal, and so I'm not going to pass a Lava Burst. Okay, so I'm not interested in either of these, so we will take Abusive Sergeant, which really, for a 1-drop, though you don't want to play him turn 1 if you can help it, he actually is a really good 1-drop. 2 really good 4s. I'd lean Dark Iron Dwarf here, just slightly over Silvermoon Guardian, except that we will take Forked Lightning, another removal spell, and again, might be overreacting, reaching a little bit here, but I don't want to end up without some decent removal. Silverhand Knight is really strong. I often play with Mad Bomber in Arena, but we do have 1 2-drop, 1 1-drop, and some removal, so I'd like to get a really solid minion here, and we'll go with Silverhand Knight. Definitely take a second Lava Burst over either of those 2 choices. Argent Commander, perhaps the best minion in the game, just consistent in all scenarios. Very hard to pass on that. Ancient Brewmaster is a really solid 4, and considering we don't have one, would value that slightly above the other 2 choices. So far, we don't have a lot that we can bring back from the battlefield to gain, really good effects from. Frostwolf Warlord is really good, but I'm going to go with Ancient Brewmaster. Stormforge Axe for sure over the other 2. Very underrated cards. Doomhammer as well as an easy pick, although I do like Big Game Hunter a lot. Doomhammer is just the weapon that never dies. It's just amazing. This actually is a little closer than you might think for me. Ancestral Healing is almost there with Reckless Rocketeer. Almost like the, what is it called? The Wolf Rider, which is a 3-drop 3/1. You almost could see this in the same light as that. This is a 6-drop 5/2. In a lot of cases, you're going to go in and you're going to remove something, and this isn't going to survive. So that's why, because it doesn't stick around in most cases, that's why Ancestral Healing is very tempting here. You restore something to full health, so it heals it, plus you give it Taunt. It's not bad in some scenarios, but I'm still going to lean towards Reckless Rocketeer, which is probably slightly more flexible. Direwolf Alpha over the other 2 choices here. And as you can see, we'll stop here with 12 cards chosen. We've got a pretty interesting mana spread so far. Pretty comfortable with how we're doing. Now, as we choose Stranglethorn Tiger here over the other 2 choices, I must say we're kind of leaning a little expensive now. We do want to watch that. And again, here we go again. Bloodthirst is okay, but Bloodlust, I'm sorry, there's no way you pass on Fire Elemental in Arena. You have to pick it. I've had 4, I think, in one match, but certainly 2 or 3 is great to have. Elven Archer I like a lot, but I think I'll take Shieldmaster. Second Fire Elemental or a second Stormforge Axe is really a tough decision. I think because we do have Doomhammer, I'm going to choose a second Fire Ellie. It is hard to beat a 6 minion that has 6/5 and also has 3 removal coming in. That is just great. So we are light on 4 drops, which is the only reason why you would consider Windspeaker here in my opinion. Even considering that, however, I'm going to go Silverhand Knight to give us 2 of those very solid cards. Earthshock could be good here. It silences a minion and does 1 damage. I like Flame Tongue, but it's it's really nice to have that silence in a pinch. We are light on 3 drops. We're kind of light on 2 drops, so it's difficult, but I think we will go with Earthshock here. All right, a second Earthshock's not necessary, especially over something as good as Youthful Brewmaster. We need some lower drop minions here, and that's a good one. Mind Control Tech. You know, it's an average 3, a 3/3, and if you happen to be playing from behind, it can totally swing the match for you. So I think it's worth getting, given what our choices were there. And this is like the 3rd Frostwolf Warlord we've passed on, but I think I'm gonna pass because we've got 3 minions for 5 plus Doomhammer for 5, and we've got 4 6s. So if anything, getting another 3 here is going to be really important. Hex, no question about it. Take that over just about anything at this point. Now this is actually an interesting pick, and I suppose we'll go with Bloodlust, although Bloodlust is one of those cards that, in my opinion, a lot of times ends up just helping you win faster. Could it help you catch up? Possibly. The fact that your totems are impacted by it, yeah, that can be really good. But I just don't think it's quite as valuable as it may appear on the surface. But we will take it over a second Ghoul, and certainly over the other choice. Well, we need the earlier picks here. I mean, we're getting a very slow deck, is my only concern. But this would be our first 7, and of course Stormwind Champion is really good, especially with Shaman or, you know, even Paladin, things heroes where you're putting things on the board as well. It's somewhat tempting to go with the Patriarch just because of the mana curve, but at the end of the day, we'll get the better minion and go with Stormwind Champion. We're certainly not getting a Bloodlust. We'll get Bloodcell Raider. Worgen is good too, but the fact that we may have a weapon equipped when this comes out makes it even better, and it's already a decent 2-drop. This is easy Dark Iron Dwarf. We need 4s, and this is one of the best ones. And again, we'll take a 3rd Fire Elemental. Oh, I think, you know, the problem with our deck here, and this was true of our last Shaman deck, is we have 0 card draw. Acolyte of Pain gives us at least 1 card draw unless it gets silenced. Amani Berserker gives us another 2-drop, which is important. But I don't know how you pass on Fire Elemental, even given those circumstances. I think we get a 3rd and feel great about it, and we just hope that enough of the matches we play, we get lucky with some of the early drops, and we have enough removal to get us to late game. Because right now, our late game is looking great, but if we get rushed, and if we don't get lucky on card draw, we really could get in trouble. Rockbiter Weapon, even though another 2 would be wonderful, another good removal here is going to be the way to go. And I think I'll actually take Ooze. As much as I like Raging Worgen and Leper Gnome, having another 2-drop is great, and having an Ooze against the Warriors, or the Paladins especially, could be really helpful. And I think 2 Lava Bursts are enough, especially when we have the opportunity to get Feral Spirits here. So we'll take Feral Spirits. Now let's look at this mana curve. This is an unusual mana curve, at least for my arena matches. Often the arena matches that I have the most success with are going to have a little less down here and a little more between 2 and 4. And so the whole thing with this deck is going to be, can we hang in there and not get so far behind that once we get to late game it's too late? But if we can do that, I think we'll be okay. I mean, I think we'll get some wins with this deck, but I also think this is sort of a trap deck where, though the deck is really strong, unlucky card draw will completely paralyze this deck because we don't have card draw. This is 2 Shaman decks in a row where we just have not gotten any of the 2 or 4-drop card draws, no Cult Masters, so just really unlucky on card draw the last 2 arena runs. But on the surface, I would say this deck looks better than the last deck. However, the last deck was at least faster, and so we were able to get to 6 wins despite having some subpar elements to the deck. So let's see how this one does. And if I could just speak a little bit more specifically before we start this first match about this deck, I think where we will see the most difficulty is against decks, opponents that put out lots of small to medium-sized minions. You know, if we play a paladin and they try to boost up one minion and make a giant minion against us, that's probably not going to be as big of a deal to us. Between the Hex, Silence, some Taunt, and with our Lava Burst, we can probably handle early one minion aggression. What's going to be really difficult is when lots of little minions are on the board and we've drawn an expensive hand and keep getting expensive cards. Can we get back in it in time? And that's going to be the matches that we struggle with. And the unfortunate part is I think that's really where the meta is right now. If you look at where the shift in both Arena and Constructed has taken place, it's been towards much faster decks. And you're seeing people draft in Arena these decks that aren't always the best cards, but they're just getting them fast and they're hitting you quickly. And they still have some of their class removal or class specific cards to throw in there. But you're seeing a lot less emphasis on control. You're seeing more just grab the AoE removal and get those cheap minions and take them down. And that kind of approach is going to be very difficult for us to handle. So we're definitely going to keep the 2 and the 3 here. Because we did get a 2 and a 3, I think I actually will put the Mind Control tech back. Certainly the Fire Elemental. We know we've got 2 more of those in the deck. So this is good. We've got 2 2s and a 3. At least we know we have some early game options. Well, that's annoying. We have 2 2s, so we could coin up and put something out. If we're going to do that, I think I'd rather play the Blood Cell Raider. I really just didn't want to put this out in case he's just sort of lining up a multi-shot or... This is probably just do 2 damage to everything, just a way for him to get rid of our minions, honestly.
Another round?
Because those two minions died at the same time, neither one of them got boosted, so he did not get to draw cards off of that. If we hex this, attack it with that, and attack that with that, I think that's the best move here. On the other hand, we could do 5 damage here. Would have 2 health left. We attack it with that, attack that with that, and hold on to our hex. That would mean on turn 7 we'd be able to only play 5. We do have another lava burst. We don't have a hex. Maybe that's better. Only thing we could do here is take a chance at getting a healing totem. If we don't get it, we've got 3 mana, and we're eventually gonna have to attack. I think we just go ahead. That's 2 explosive traps.
Ready, sir.
We'll hex that. As nice as it would be to play our... Let's see, if we do 3 damage, have 2, trade here, then 2. That's just too much.
If you insist.
To battle!
Well, we have to play the ooze.
You insist.
Because of Bloodlust, it's very possibly game over here.
Sometimes I forget things.
And again, Bloodlust was basically just win faster there. But you might as well win when you have it. My point is, if we had not have had Bloodlust, I think we would have still won. I mean, if it had been some different card there. But there are examples of Bloodlust helping you come back into a match, but I think most of the examples are helping you end a match very quickly.
Let the hunt begin for Doomhammer.
So it's another hunter. In most cases, saving an ooze for an hunter weapon is probably not worth it. And an ooze is certainly a better opening play than a Direwolf Alpha, although we may just pass turn 1. We'll see what he does.
Greetings, friend. Greetings, traveler.
Is he thinking about giving it charge? Or is he just taking a long time? So I'm almost tempted to just go ahead and rock biter that. But then the only question is, do we use the coin to go ahead and get something out right now? We could see which totem we get.
My apologies.
I don't know. Oh, now we have silence, so we really don't need to feel like we have to deal with that right now. But I still want to. But now this is the tough question. I think we go ahead and get something out here. I don't know if that's the right play or not. I think it is, though. I think anything we can do to just lengthen the game is probably the way to go for us. And now we have 2 lava bursts. I mean, how do we not... Okay, if we totem and then alpha. We have 6 damage there. Just doesn't make sense. I think we just lava burst it. Just lava burst it. That's all we do. Again, we're using a lot of removal. But we're just going, you know, going into late game. That's all we want to do. With our fire elementals. We have several, you know, Stormwind Champion. Lots of cards that... Okay. I think we just use Direwolf Alpha here. And lose both of our minions. There's nothing worth using another lava burst on. Now we come into turn 6. We have Reckless Rocketeer, but we also have Doomhammer.
Put this apple on your head.
Your magic shall not save you.
What to do? Elements guide me. Elements guide me.
So turn 7, we'll play one of our 5s unless we really need to use Lava Burst. He's just cycling through with that card, drawing a card. One nice thing is that now we can play our stealth, and most likely he would not have more than one flare, I would hope. Seems a little weird to me. Okay.
Squire, attend me.
Ready, sir.
Do we want to take 8 damage to that thing?
Elements
I don't
guide
think
me.
so.
Elements guide me.
He must feel like he can...
To battle! Get in there! Fight, maggot! Elements guide me. Elements guide me.
Okay. I should have attacked him first. Now he's got 3 turns to kill us.
Pay attention, class.
I'm ready to learn.
Let's see, 6. Let's see. So let's see, if we do 5 damage, he's at 9, 6, but he kills us next turn. Alternatively, 8 damage, 13, 14. So let's see what this is. Oh Oh my word. So 4 would be 10, this would be 5. He's going to kill us before that. We don't have a way to heal ourselves. Let's see, we can do 5 damage. Kill that with our fire elemental. But he wins next turn. Taunt doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Nothing matters. We didn't quite make it to late game without taking too much damage. Just did not use the one resource we misplayed was our life resource. We had better cards, we had control. Just that hunter ability, we let him do too much damage to us. Man, that was disappointing. That's really disappointing. That was one we coulda, shoulda had, but I'm trying to think if when I misplayed the explosive trap, it took out that probably, well, let's see. I don't know, there were 2 misplays. I played Bloodlust into a misdirection, but, you know, it's almost always a explosive shot. Man, wow, we're getting... Yeah, we're going to send everything back except for the Pyromancer. This is our 3rd hunter in a row. Got an expensive hand, though. We can do a turn 4 Silverhand Knight, or we could do a turn 5 Fire Elemental, but that's only if we can make it that long without playing the coin. I really want to use the coin right now. Let's see, turn 4. We've got 2 options. If we use the coin now, we can come back with another 4, and then turn 5. I think we do. I think we do. Yeah, we'll just rock biter that. Ooh, we could silence it. We could give him no card draw.
Another round.
Save our rock biter. He's got some cheap cards if he's considering playing something right now. Must have a 1-drop in his hand. It is about to get warm in here. We've got 3 fire elementals coming out. That's so overpowered to have 3 fire elementals that we potentially could play in a row, and turn 7 we could pair it with a rock biter. It's just amazing. I mean, he could certainly play some cards that could make it difficult, but we'll see if he puts that right back out there.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
You insist.
If he puts something out there worth hexing, we could just...
Let the pain speak to me.
Save the rock biter again.
Handle it.
It's a weak play. He doesn't have much to play right now. It's tracking. Oh my gosh. As much as I'd like to play another fire elemental, I think there's other things that make better sense.
For the crusade!
I can't do that. To battle.
GG. Wow, this deck really shined that match. That early loss, though, is still very frustrating. Mistakes were made.
Thrall versus Jaina.
You asked for it.
For Doomhammer.
Alright, so we'll send back Bloodlust, but we'll keep everything else. Pretty decent starting hand. Feral Spirits really helps us draw the game out a little bit to get into some of our Fire Elemental range of the match. I don't really see any reason to coin out anything. With this deck, I think it's much more effective to hold on to the coin a little longer.
You like my invention? Xbox this book.
For the crusade!
We'll silence and then damage it. It's the perfect counter to that card. And if we're going to do that, we might as well go ahead and totem. Wow, now we do two damage to it.
Thailand lover.
So a lot of options turn 4, considering we still have the coin.
Wanna blow something up?
Get in there! Fight, maggot!
The nice thing on turn 5, we'll only have access to 3 mana, but if we could really use Dark Iron Dwarf, we can coin up to get it out. We may not need it though. This is a really strong play for us. Don't we just Lava Burst that? Guess we could give this +3 attack and be a cheaper way to do it.
Sever my wrath!
That way we don't use any overload and we've got our full choices.
Shall not fall. Squire, attend me.
Ready, sir.
Be really nice if she put something out there that Fort Lightning would deal with. Now we could see. No, we're not going to see Flame Strike. She wouldn't have done that. We did sort of throw a layup up though, and
Attend me.
Ready, sir.
she's had so much good control. The fact that we're still with any control of the board after all those controlling spells is amazing. But honestly, we're still in pretty decent shape. I think we just go ahead and lava burst that, to be honest. We're not going to put the ooze out this turn in case she just drew into Flame Strike. Or she could have a second Blizzard. I mean, I don't know. She's had so many spells so far, so much removal. But that doesn't mean she doesn't have more. See if she's been holding on to an ooze. We almost have lethal right now.
Attend me.
Ready, sir.
Goodness. Alright, go and take that out. Trade there. Let's see, we could do 4. Yeah, we gotta trade at least one more time.
Elements guide me. To battle.
Now this means we will not be able to use our Doomhammer next turn. There's nothing to heal. We don't really need a totem for any particular reason. We want to have things that can use Bloodlust next turn. Oh, I'm sorry, that was last turn we weren't able to use. Alright, so we've got 3, 7, 8. That's lethal, right? The fact that we have all those fire elementals that didn't even come out this match, it's pretty strong. Pretty strong, but we still had that early stumble, and you know, a little bit of awkward card draw, but mostly that was some misplays on my part. Here we go again. Taking a short break. I'm back to try to finish this arena run, and let's try to finish on a positive note. I just feel like anything less than 7 to 9 wins with this deck would just be a disappointment. So hopefully the cards will agree. I think we just need a couple breaks and we'll be there. We'll keep Dark Iron and get rid of Doomhammer. As good as Doomhammer is, I'd rather take a chance and get something else. I'd rather have Doomhammer than Bloodlust, but we took a chance. We still have a good 2 and a good 4. And now a good 5 as well. So the idea here is we take a chance that he puts another weak minion out, and we hit both of them.
Steal.
Didn't quite work out like I wanted, but it flipped the board. So now we've probably just got... Interesting. Okay. So we're just going to play Blood Cell Raider. I was going to say we're just going to totem, but I think we will get something out here. Obviously, Silverhand Knight.
For the king. Squire, attend me.
Ready, sir.
Even if he attacks here and then heals this back up, we can attack it with this. This won't die, and then charge with Divine Shield. Okay, now that changes things a little bit, perhaps. If we hit this, this will have 3 health, and then we play our Argent Commander to take it out, and go to the face. Otherwise, we come in with Divine Shield, hit that, we let him... We just don't want to play games with Girabashi Berserker. It's too dangerous with a priest. We just can't do it. Can't play those games. I don't know what else he has to play, but it's certainly a tempting trade to just get rid of this. He could heal this up to 5 and then trade. If he does that, we'll just axe it probably.
Your magic shall not save.
So if we play Ghoul, we've got 4 to play with. We could trade and trade and not axe at all, or we can axe, trade, and still have this alive. I think I like the other better. I don't know, we just don't have a lot of minions. What leaves the most minions alive? I think that's what we should go with, to be honest. Alright. Save Doomhammer, because he could have an ooze. I don't know. There was 3 or 4 different ways we could have gone there.
I am the blade of the gods.
We could have sacrificed our Blood Cell Raider there, kept our healing totem alive, but again, I just like having, with what we have in our hand right now, I want to save as many minions as possible. Obviously, we can just straight up kill that with our last swing of our weapon if we want to. I think we do. Saving our Hex.
It's time for a little blood.
Okay. See what we get here.
Done. Drink with me, friend.
Die, landlubber.
Risk we run here is him really boosting that thing up. But we're getting we're at like something like 26 damage just on Bloodlust right now. Let's see. 6, 11, 18, 21. And we could play Doomhammer.
Shaman, accept. Thrall versus Thrall.
For Doomhammer, the elements will destroy you.
See how much of a mirror match this ends up being. The thing we've got to count on is that he will likely have not necessarily more removal than we will, but he'll have different kinds of removal. He's probably going to have more of the lightning storm type spells that does take out does take out multiple targets. So he's actually going to save the axe. It's quite interesting. We're slow playing it a little bit here, which is scaring me, but
That was a mistake.
yeah, you should have attacked with it first.
Sorry that happened.
Alright, this is probably the answer. The answer to our woes. Turn 5 we'll have 3 mana, so we can remove something from this existence with Lava Burst if we need to. If we don't have to, it'd be nice, because then turn 5 we'll have opportunity to play something pretty strong, but we'll do what we need to do here to stay in the match. I don't think he has coined up yet. Well, he must have. I think he played that Murloc turn 1. So he must have coined up to that. So he's got 6 cards, and that's not counting a coin if I'm remembering correctly. He could have skipped turn 1 and but I'm almost certain that on turn 2, when we played our first totem, the Murlocs were already out. So I believe the coin is gone. And there's a lightning storm, so he'll attack one with that and one with this. I assume he'll trade. So there's nothing to blow off the face of the planet, but we will go ahead and put this out. Wait, let's see. That's right, because he didn't use it the first time. But honestly, I'd like to go ahead and get that out, because turn 6, we've got so many good options, but I'd rather him have used another axe swing before we start really getting into mid to late game here. So he's going to just blow that Pyromancer off the planet one way or another. Wow, another overload penalty. So he's playing through his cards here. That's the only good thing for us, but he's saving those swings. Alright, we don't care about silencing. We could go ahead and do 3 damage coming in with that. I think we do, because we've got 2 more, so we know we've got more coming. The the axe swing and the Murloc together only take off 3 health, so he'd have to come up with more than just that. We've got a lot of good removal in our hand. We're getting up in mana so that we can potentially play Totem and a 5. Or if we have to use Lava Burst on something, we could also... Okay, so he looks like he's going to trade everything here, including taking the damage just to get that off the board. This does 4 damage but only has 2 health. I think we just come right back with another one here, because it totally takes that 4 damage off the board. And it seemed like it was somewhat difficult last turn for him to decide how to deal with this, so we'd like to think it'll be another difficult choice. If he puts down a big minion that only has 5 health, this is a really great opportunity to use Lava Burst, because we'll have 8 mana, so we could play Silverhand Knight as well as Lava Burst. And if he just plays 1 minion that gets removed by Lava Burst, we're in such good shape. Only reason why we're winning the hit points resource war is that he took a good bit of damage swinging with his axe. It looks like he's going to do it again here. Take that damage again. That's not my favorite target for a lava burst, but again, it's still a pretty dominant position if we do that.
Attend me.
Ready, sir.
It's a little overkill there. But his axe is gone. And we still have a little bit of removal, especially if you count the Argent Commander as well as Earth Shock and Abusive Sergeant. We've got Bloodlust in our hand again, and with little health as he has, we actually have... Ooh, there it comes. Alright, I honestly think what we do here is we just go ahead and take this out and then bring this back. Oh no, we won't have enough mana for all that. Actually, what we do is simply, I think we Argent Commander, put it on the board, and go ahead and Abusive Sergeant.
Get in there, fight, maggot. To battle.
Hit this, and then hit this just to knock the Divine Shield off. What I'd kind of like to do next turn, if there's a way to attack with the Silverhand Knight and yet keep it alive, if he's not able to remove it here, I might consider Brewmastering it. It's definitely a play of card advantage, because it comes back out with the 2/2. We even could bring it out the same turn, though we wouldn't have to. We could bring it out later. But let's see what he plays. We need to get lucky here with the Argent Commander. And we did not. He got lucky with the Argent Commander. Okay, he's going to do a lot of removal. It's a strong play for him. For sure. Alright. We could just go Tiger, Bloodsail, Raider, and Totem. Hold this back in case something weird happens. And that gets more things on the board. I think I like that play. Yeah, especially since we have a taunt now. We've seen a lot of Lightning Storm. He has had an incredible amount of removal, but he's played a lot of it, so it's very possible that he may not have as much anymore. We haven't seen a Hex yet from him, but there's nothing on the board right now that he would likely Hex.
I wonder.
Looks like he's thinking about doing the Totem, probably playing one card after that, and unless he has removal, of course, he has to attack the Totem, our Totem, with his Fire Elemental.
Your magic shall not save.
So his cards are on the table right now. Alright, this is such an important play right now. If we Bloodlust, we do 8, 13, 16 damage. So that's game over. So this isn't as important as I thought. Let's make sure. 8, 13, 16. 8, 13, 16. So he used some things to really buff his card up to try to really go for our face, but it wasn't lethal. And so thankfully when we responded, we were able to actually be lethal. So very good.
Brawl versus Jaina.
You asked for it.
More Doomhammer.
Arrive here, idiot! I hope you like my invention.
And because we're playing a mage, Blood Cell Raider here is actually a very fun drop to play because it trades well with this. Even if she wanted to Fire Blast it, see if we're going to get a removal spell out of her. No? Okay. So I assume she'll just go to our face here. We can boost this up to 3. And then if she wants to trade, she'll have to use her Fire Blast and the Golem.
Die, land lover.
So it gets us just further into the game without taking much damage and also not letting her take total control of things here.
Your magic shall not save me.
I think we go ahead and put Mind Control Tech out here. I don't anticipate this mage getting a huge lead on us. In terms of having 4 minions out on the board at the same time. With the removal we have, if that happens, that would be a pretty bad sign. Although maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it could happen. 4 and a 2.
Squire, attend me.
Who are you?
Ready, sir.
Playing against Crash RC, Crash Radio Control.
I wonder.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
I don't think we really have a choice here. We've got to take out the tiger. And we probably don't want to waste Lava Burst since we wouldn't really be able to play anything else with it. Fireball number 1.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Tastingo!
She's got a little card advantage right now. We haven't seen a polymorph yet.
I wonder.
Well, we're getting some cards out of her. I'll give us that. Only thing about Doomhammer right now is we've already taken some damage. Let's see. 5 damage leaves it with 3. And then this comes in and takes it out, and that trades favorably there. It's a big card. We are down in cards and down in health. This is not going well so far.
I wonder.
I am not a morning person.
Let the pain speak to me.
Well, that's a welcome sight. Seems a little strange, maybe.
Are you ready for this?
So 3 damage there. Give this attack. Trade there, trade there.
Get in there! Fight, maggot! Job done.
We have 5 more cards in our deck than she does. That's usually a sign that we're going to lose. That's her second mountain giant, right?
Squire, attend me!
Ready, sir.
Mage hero ability is so overpowered sometimes. Oh.
Summoning portal open.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can't even kill it.
Guide me. I can't do that.
If you insist.
We're gonna have to draw something awful special here. I don't even know what it would be. I guess our Hex. I mean, a Fire Elemental doesn't even help us right now. Oh my goodness. Why not just hit it so that you can end the game next turn? That's crazy. Alright. 5. 4. Okay, I guess we have to do that.
If you insist.
Elements guide me.
So she's going to summon a copy, most likely summon a copy of whatever we play next.
I'll put it on your tab.
If that's what it is. Thank goodness. So that means this may be Counterspell, it may be Spellbender, or it could be, what is it, Ice Block, where the turn we kill her, it doesn't really kill her. That would be smart, because then next turn she can Fire Blast it and free this up to attack wherever. Thankfully this will heal it back up. We are living on the edge here. But we've still got good cards. We just need to come. We need them to come in and come out in a really strategic order for the rest of the game. Oh, you only can attack that with your Frosty there.
What to do? What to do?
We sort of have lethal, but hurt. If this is, whoa, that's not cool.
I got the best deals anywhere.
It's not cool at all. All right, 4, 8, 10, 11, 12.
I wonder.
So the problem is, like normally, all right, look, if it's ice block, we're dead. But if we trade, we're dead anyway.
Victorial Jack.
Let's see.
Done.
Okay. Skin of our teeth. And the reason why I said if we trade, we're dead anyway, because we would have lost our minions, and she only needed 3 more attack to kill us. So that's just 1 spell, or even worst case scenario, that's 3 fire blasts, you know, and with us just completely top decking, I think that the chances of us winning were so much greater doing what we did. Obviously, after the fact, we know that for sure, but before even, I think, you know, yeah, we could have lost if it was ice block, but I think the different paths of us losing if we had not gone ahead and done that were much greater. All right.
Brawl versus Ethan. I will fight with honor. For doom.
We'll keep Lava Burst just in case. This may be our unlucky cards match. That's a little better, actually, isn't it? It's not near as bad. Whoa. Whoa, Nelly. Whoa, Nelly. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I want to play that opponent more often.
Brawl versus Algerian.
Sniper 43. We'll actually send both of these back. We've got a lot of good late cards, so it doesn't really matter which one it is that comes later, but to get a decent early card would be awesome. And now we just really hope on turn 2 we draw into a true 2-drop. And I'm completely fine with not playing anything on turn 1. Not that we really have options other than a totem, but yeah, we'll just rock biter that right off the planet. It's probably going to be mind control tech here. Yeah, I think so. I think that's the only good play, because Flesh-Eating Ghoul doesn't do enough damage, and Flesh-Eating Ghoul's really weak to play with nothing else on the board, or if you're not playing when your minion's about to die. Brace yourself. This could get ugly. On one hand, it'd be fun to wait till turn 5 and coin up to a fire elemental, but on the other hand, if we do that on turn 5, we're not playing Silverhand Knight, and that's so strong earlier in the game, so it's almost tempting turn 4 to go ahead and get that thing out. Although, I'm not sure it matches up great against... I'm thinking maybe we should just play our Shield Master here, because if she attacks it, now he probably will cast a spell, which is really what I was worried about. I play a big 5 card and then he just has a removal spell or something, and that's why he played this now, because he knew he was going to play removal next.
I must safeguard the land.
So he did 2 damage. So now, coining up to a fire elemental really makes sense. Because it takes that out, and it's a really good matchup against the Keeper of the Grove if he doesn't have direct removal. And we'll do the same thing. So we've got him a little bit on the ropes right now. He's playing 2 cards kind of for our 1. Let's see if he was holding any big removal back, because if he was, I think he'll throw it out there now. He just top deck something. Okay, he's just going to do Starfall there, and then he'll probably just shapeshift. Yeah. So on our turn 7, I think we're going to go Silverhand Knight and Pyromancer. Or we may just go Totem and Silverhand Knight.
Ready, sir.
We've got lots of options turn 8. He's got a good hand, a good deck. I mean, you can tell he made it through 2 fire elementals, and we completely wiped his stuff out. But he made it through 2 fire elementals, so you know, what can you say? If we play this, this is now a 3/2, trades there. This trades there, and this attacks the face.
Behold the light of Stormwind!
If you insist.
And if this somehow lives, I think we return it to our hand.
Join or die.
Is he gonna...
Must cleanse the
Okay.
Sunwell.
Alright, 9, 13, 21. 21 damage this turn.
To battle!
Drink with me, friend.
Squire, attend me!
For the Alliance!
Ready, sir.
It really sets us up for Bloodlust unless he's got some really good clear. He'll draw cards off of us. We can silence it or hex it next turn if we're not going to win next turn. Wow. That's not what I was expecting. Ha! Oh, sorry. Shouldn't laugh. Alright. Well, Deathwing saved his life. I will give him that.
It's time for a little blood. Sever my breath!
Elements guide me. Elements guide me.
Oh man, that Deathwing though. That Deathwing. And honestly, I think we would be 9-0 if I hadn't misplayed that second match when we lost. But this is a success, you know. I think you should always look at it. You get to 8 wins, that is a success. Really, 7 wins is a success, but 8 wins is like, okay, worst case scenario now, you get all the gold that you can possibly get from an arena run. Best case scenario, you get a little bit less gold, but more glory. And more cards and enchanting dust, possibly. But so we're going to live on the edge here. We're going to keep the Stormwind Axe, but that's it. So we're playing a Hunter here. Very interesting. A little unusual to see a Hunter 8 wins. It happens sometimes, but see what kind of deck he has. Yeah, we'll just... We'll just take 1 damage instead of 2. One damage instead of 2. So I guess he just wants us to hit that. Alright, I need to focus here. My phone's blowing up. 2 damage and silence it, and then we could take it out. And that would leave us 3. I think that's the...
Elements guide me. Well, I thank you.
Drink with me, friend.
More Dragonhawk. Trying to burn us down, he is. Yes, he is. Trying to burn us down. We better hit an awesome patch of gameplay here. We've taken 18 damage in 4.5 turns, so it's pretty impressive. Surprised if he doesn't start steady shotting every turn now.
Well played.
What does that mean? You're gonna do 10
Shall not pass.
10 damage this turn?
Squire, attend me.
Ready, sir.
Well played.
We need bloodlust like you wouldn't believe. Let's see, are we trading with that? Yeah, I think so.
If you insist.
We should be lethal next turn. Can we make it one more turn? We just have to do 9 damage from the board. Even if he puts a taunt down.
You love my new recipe.
We're still fine. We've got 19 damage just sitting here on the board right now.
Will stand ready.
That doesn't help. What is this?
Well played. Thanks. Well played.
All right. We will take it. We will take the glory over the gold. Yes, we will. All right. Ooh, 2 goldens and 175 gold. Very nice. So 1 rare and 1 epic. Shadow form might be something new for me. Alright, so we got a golden peacekeeper. Very cool. Yep, first shadow form. And that's an interesting card. And a golden fairy dragon. And a good many to disenchant as well. So we're up to over 1,000 chanting dust. Thanks for watching as always, and until next time, keep enjoying your games, especially Hearthstone. Thanks a lot.